Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my buddy, JessLee. Hop right on up there, girl. See, I love this girl right here.
Come right back around.
We have a special seat for the queen right on up there.
Hey, everyone.
Trace Adkins, one funny guy, ain't he? So,
Wednesday, like the most random night, and you guys are all here and coming and supporting me. I can't thank you guys enough for that.
is your mic on?
It is now.
There it is.
Sorry.
That's a good thing about small venues. All you got to do, no matter what.
I noticed that. I'm like, why am I so quiet? Okay, here we go. So now can we hear me, guys?
There
Okay.
you go. So, Jess, you were on The Voice, this little TV show out there. They flew you out there, and you went through all these different cattle calls across the country, right?
So the cool thing about my audition is that I actually did not have to do a cattle call. It was really unique, and there are a very small, select amount of people that get to do what I do. And The Voice actually called me, and they basically were like, hey, we found your music video. And oh, by the way, we saw that you had auditioned like 3 years before, and, we didn't want you, but, let's just forget that. Sorry about that. But can we have you now? So it was cool because they basically were just like, we want you to skip this process, and we want you to just come out and just be here, and just, we'll basically expedite you. So it was really cool. I can't say exactly how many rounds I got to skip, but there is a numerous amount of producers and different people that you have to go through, and it's a process. So it was really cool to be able to have that and be able to know that I was going to go out there, and the fact that I was like literally hand selected kind of gave me a hope that they're reaching out to me for a reason, so they have to be wanting me. So it was cool. It was unique, and it was fun, and really quick, because it was like before I knew it, I was in front of the 4 coaches, and then I was like, well, I gotta get them on the show. So it was cool.
So the video that they found you with is the one we just showed here, Burn, right?
It was. They found Burn, which is just a huge advocate at the fact that my town is so supportive. The video had a lot of views, and it was something that instantly had popped up, and I think they had found it by accident, and it popped up, and they were like, we like it, and it just enticed them to go look at other things that I had on the internet, and it was like the first thing that they had found, and they were like, you know what, this is cool, we're gonna bring you out. So that's how they found me, was from the video that you guys helped spread so much around, so thank you.
I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions. We're going to get to some questions and answers in just a little bit, but I have a question for you. When you got out to the blind auditions, which we all know so well from, that's like the first thing we see when The Voice gets started. So you went out to the blind auditions, you walk out there on stage, and you got 4 chairs seated back to you. One has Adam Levine from Maroon 5. One has the great Alicia Keys. One has Kelly Dam Clarkson, and then Blake Shelton over here.
I know, it's crazy.
So you're sitting there, and you walk out. Is that when it hits you, that, oh my God type reaction?
When I walked out, I really didn't have a crazy reaction. I'd had this whole mindset going into it. I'm like, I refuse to be nervous. I've sang in front of way bigger crowds than this, because it's a very relatively small studio room. There's probably only about 2,000 people in there, and I've sung in front of a much larger crowd than that before. So I was just like, this is just a JessLee concert. I already paid to be here. They already love me. This is going to be so great. So I went out there with just this super excited attitude about it. And I completely ignored the chairs in general. I just literally just made believe it was a show. And the tactic worked for me. At first, I had a little bit of a heart attack not thinking that it did, because I had looked up initially and no chairs had turned for me at all. And on the very last word, which is you in the song that I sang, I was holding it, and both Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton turned simultaneously at the same time, and they were standing, giving me a standing ovation in their chairs. And it was funny because I had already pre-decided in my mind when I look up, I was like, okay, well, you know what, this didn't happen, and it's not a big deal. This doesn't define who I am. This was just a stepping stone anyway. And then all of a sudden at the last minute they turned, and I literally was like, oh my God, And I like about fainted. And if you watch the video, I was like on the ground at one point because I was really like, it was already in my head. I was not going. And then all of a sudden it was like within a second, I was suddenly going. So it was a roller coaster for a moment.
So what song did you sing for him for the blind audition?
I sang I'm With You by Avril Lavigne. And it was cool because we had a very large amount of songs that they had selected for us to choose and kind of narrow down. I don't think I'm allowed to say the exact numbers of how many, but I had given them a good amount of songs that I would have favored singing. And one of them was I'm With You. And for some reason, I just kept dreaming that every time I was on that stage, I was singing that song. And it was the weirdest thing when they called me and they were like, okay, well, we chose I'm With You. And I think the reason behind it subconsciously was because I know where my new music is going and I'm really becoming super innovative with it. I'm actually coined it, my producer and I, we were joking around in the studio and we're coining it Punk Tree because it's this like, it's almost like a punk rock kind of feel instead of a country rock. It's kind of like an untapped little market to where no one's really touching like that little bit of that Avril Lavigne punk pop feeling with country instrumentation on it. And it's just a really cool, very unique new sound that I just really want to start pushing. So I had a lot of passion for this new release, writing the music and being with my producer and producing the new tracks of it. And it's just really, really a really cool, unique sound. So knowing that, I think it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this punk pop song and I'm gonna put a little bit of a country arrangement on it, and we enhanced some instrumentation on it, and to make it just a little more country, and it was really cool. It was a unique arrangement, and I liked it.
That's a big song from Avril Lavigne, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song. It's just such a heartfelt song too, and it has so much meaning behind it. So,
would you like to do that for us right now?
Yeah, let's do it. You know what? They montaged me. So no one really
we didn't get to see the whole thing.
They montaged me, so
yeah.
no one got to see it. So you know what? Let's make it happen.
Let's do it right now. JessLee.
I'm sitting on the bridge. I'm waiting in the dark. I thought that you'd be here by now. There's nothing but the rain, no footsteps on the ground. I'm listening, but there's no sound. Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I am with you. I'm with you. Oh, I'm looking for a place, I'm searching for a face. Is anybody here? I know, 'cause nothing's going right and everything's a mess, and no one likes to be alone. No, isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I am with you. I'm with you. Oh, why is everything so confusing? Maybe I'm just out of my mind. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but I am with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you so much, you guys. So, I feel so fortunate right now because, like I said, you guys are out on a Wednesday night to come and see me and hang out with me. I have my town and radio station backing me up and holding this event for me tonight, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for that. And I'm also like really excited because this actually is my first show since being off The Voice. Contractually, I had to be on a little bit of a hold, and this is really cool to be able to come back and have something so meaningful and so intimate and be able to just see so many faces that are so supportive, and just the fact that you guys are here in the middle of the week to come see me. I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you for being here. You guys are one of the reasons this night's possible, so thank you. And thank you iHeart and Wave. Thank you so much. So as he had mentioned, that was my blind audition song, and that song was montaged, and you guys were the reason I actually was the first person on the show to set a record. There was never a person to montage on the show before and actually chart on iTunes. And I actually ended up hitting 125. I was passing. Thank you. I was passing songs that were on Kelly Clarkson's new album, and it was just unreal to me to see that. And again, it was because of you guys. So you guys keep me going. So thank you. So, before we keep going, some of the biggest people that make anything that I do possible are the people that are behind me right now. This is someone who's been with me for such a long time, pretty much since the beginning. This is Nick. Nick is amazing. He's on the cajon drum tonight. We have John, who's been with me for probably a little bit over a year now, right? Yeah. And they're so faithful and so loyal. John made sure that he was able to come with me and do the songwriter rounds and everything that I was doing in Nashville. And he made that possible for me. So some of you guys might know I only kind of just fiddle with guitar to help me write some of my songs. But when it comes to singing and playing, that's a whole nother beast. And it's a whole nother beast. And you know what? I want to be able to just focus on making sure that if it's not my song, I'm interpreting it with meaning to you guys, and if it is my song, then I'm able to make you feel the story that I'm trying to tell you, and I can't do that when I'm trying to play and sing, so he makes it possible for me to be my best me. So this is John. And then on the whim, we have this beautiful woman right here who she just loves music. It's in her soul, and she's going to be doing some amazing harmonies, and she's just a killer vocalist, an amazing person. And she actually decided, I think it was like 4 days ago, that we were practicing, just doing a little rehearsal, and she was like, can I just sing some harmonies just for fun, like behind you? And I'm like, girl, you sound good. Like, why aren't you singing harmonies behind me all the time? So she offered to be here. So this is Jamie, and Jamie's doing harmonies tonight. So we're gonna go into one of my songs, actually, and this song, the reason I chose this song tonight is because it's really unique. It's a really kind of gritty, different sound, and it was a super different sound that I put out right after my first EP, Just a Kiss. And I kind of did that on purpose to kind of show people that although I could write one way, I am very versatile as a writer and a vocalist. When I went back and listened to my album, I was so proud of it, but I wasn't feeling like it really necessarily showed off who I wanted to be as a vocalist and where I was going. And I think it did a great job dipping my feet into country music and giving me a product for that. But this was the start of me kind of showing that I really wanted to be a little more edgy, and I wanted to do a little more rock than I was really putting out. So this song is called Girl Code, and it's got a really cool story behind it. I actually was the outsider looking in on this story, and it was a situation that I had seen my friend going through, and there's this guy that was in this bar, and he walked in, and I'm with her. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe that girl is dating that guy. Like, she is in for trouble. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, how do you know this? And he's like, I was with him. And he's a snake, he's this. So I'm like, oh gosh, okay. She's like, I want to tell her. Like, I want to warn her. He really, like, did me really dirty. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, go tell her. It's like, it's girl code, isn't it? And then ever since then, this song is Girl Code. So, this is about girls looking out for each other, and it's a fun little gritty song, and we're gonna hope you guys like it. So this is Girl Code. Girl, I know that you don't know me too well. Please allow me to introduce myself. Oh, I ain't coming around here to raise hell. Just try and hear me out. Just try and hear me out before you. Yeah. You wanna know how I know this man so well? He had me all under his cruel little spell. You got a question, I've got the answer to tell. He got the things he wanted, and he left me here to dwell. I wish someone had warned me like I'm warning you. I wish someone had told me about the evil he could do. I just couldn't walk by you and forever know that I didn't follow the girl code. He'll be there to hold you at night, but in the daylight, you better keep him in clear sight. Ooh, I don't wanna be right, but he played me with some other girl. You say he's changed. The more you give, the more he'll take. He never will give you a break. Oh, I wish someone had warned me like I'm warning you. I wish someone had told me about the evil he could do. I just couldn't walk by you and forever know that I didn't follow the girl code. He'll be there to hold you at night, yeah, but in the daylight, you better keep him in clear sight. Ooh, I don't wanna be right, but he played me with some other girl. You say he's changed. The more you give, the more he'll take. He never will give you a break. Oh, I wish someone had warned me like I'm warning you. Oh, I wish someone had told me impossible he could do. I just couldn't walk by you and forever know that I didn't follow the girl code. Thank you. Thank you. You know, that's definitely, I would say, one of my favorite songs. The new stuff that's coming, I'm so proud of it, and I love it so much. And like I said, I feel like it's the most me I've really been in my music, but there's something about that song that just got a lot of soul to it. And country music is all about the story and like the lyrics, and like that's one of the things that I respect most is when you hear a country song and like you can really just feel that story behind it and the message. And you know, some of the newer stuff today, it's kind of losing that. So I wanted to bring out a new sound, but that also has these really cool, meaningful lyrics behind it as well. So that was probably one of my best creations, along with what's coming. So I wanted to share that with you guys tonight, so thank you. So speaking of stories, speaking of stories, Dolly Parton. Even though I love me some pop punk artists and I love creating new sounds, Dolly Parton is a queen. She's one of my favorites. I love her so much. And at her show, she actually tells a story about how she was on the road and some guy at the bank was trying to take care of her husband while she was gone. And she was not having that. There was no girl code involved in that at all. Like, that lady was doing her wrong. So they fought. And she almost lost her wig in the process, she says. But she kept her man, though. So that's the story she tells. And I always loved that. And then when I heard the song, it was just like that much better. So you guys might know this. This is my arrangement of Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Your beauty is beyond compare. Flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile's like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I could easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Well, you could have your choice of man, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's JessLee, folks. She blew me back in my seat. Jeez whiz.
Thank you.
Are we having fun yet? Yeah.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions? This is a short Q&A before we let her do some more stuff. I know she's got some questions if you watch The Voice, if you know anything about it, or if you just want to ask her something personal.
Yeah, anything random. I'm pretty much an open book. I really am. I really don't have anything to hide. I've never been arrested for anything. I've never, I'm trying to think of anything. No one could catch me in anything really bad. So, just go at it.
Oh, the key word is nobody could catch you.
Right.
It doesn't mean
the things
anything.
I've done, I've been sneaky, They're well hidden.
We have a question in the front row from the New York Mets.
Hi. Hi,
Hey,
Reed.
what's up, baby?
How are you?
Hey, I was just wondering, did you have a choice of singing a country song on The Voice, or was that song chosen for you?
That's a good question. So we get a list of songs, and I don't think I'm allowed to say the exact number of how many, but we have to send them a certain number back. And we number it in the order that we'd like to do songs. And it's so random. I know people that they had songs on their list that were listed very last, and for whatever reason, they picked them. There were some country choices, just not songs that I felt really represented me and who I wanted to be as a country artist. And I almost felt I could rearrange I'm With You in a way that better fit me as where I wanted to go with my music and where I wanted to go vocally. And I did. It was cool because when I got the song, the first thing I was like, okay, so what can I do to just completely just change this? So I went in there and I really actually didn't change it that much because the original arrangement is so beautiful. And rumor actually has it, I was told by someone that song originally actually was supposed to be given to a country artist. So that song was just really easy and malleable, and when I told him what I wanted, it had like that little bit of like country feel, but still that pop punk element that I wanted, and where I'm kind of like being creative with my new sound. So it made sense to me. But initially, actually, that was I think the second song. My second, like I had a song before it, then that was number 2, and then I had like a list of like whatever else.
You did great with it, just saying. But
Thank you.
I've seen Little White Church several times, and I think that would be.
Yeah, they didn't have that on the list. No. If they did, that would have been a really, really fun choice. That's for sure. That's a really, really fun song. So.
Anybody have another question for JessLee? We have one in the back. I'll be over to you
Ask
next.
away. Hi.
Here we go.
Ask away, girl.
Oh.
What's up,
Hi.
Sam? No, I'm talking to you, Sam. I didn't realize we were going on. Okay, I'm talking
I'll
to
be
you
over to
now.
Sam next.
Sam, we'll be back for you. All right.
Hi.
Hi.
I live in Stewart. I've
Okay.
seen you in our town, and our musical town is amazing, and I love
It is.
supporting our local talent.
Oh, yes.
My question for you is, I saw you live at Charlie's, so that was fun. My question for you is, what is your favorite bar in our town, in Stewart?
That's a really great question. It's kind of like a bar yet restaurant. I'm sure you guys might be familiar. If you're not, you're in for a treat. It's called Gafford. It's called the Gafford. Do you like the Gafford? Oh, it's so great. So great. Their ribeye is the bomb. I'm a steak girl. I always get like the steak and their mac and cheese. It's like the best combo ever. But I just love it. I feel like it's kind of got that little bit of like that bar-y feel to it, but they still offer really great food. But are you like talking about like bar? Really? I love Terra Firmata. I think it's so cool because it is such a like music focused venue. So I love that. But it's hard for me to say because I really I'm not like a partier. Like I don't actually even drink really. It's so rare. I think the last time I drank was like on my birthday last year. So it's like not something I really do. So I really don't go to just like bars. Usually there has to be like really good food to entice me to be out at the bar. So I feel like, you know what, it's like food calories or drink calories? Which one's gonna make me like feel more full? The food, the steak. So I'll take the steak over the red wine any day. So
We are digging deep here tonight, folks.
I know.
We know more about her
Listen,
than
I am queen of the interviews, so I will go on. I will keep talking. So
just because your mom's here, you don't have to pretend, you know.
right?
All right, where's Sam? Is this Sam? Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, I feel like people want to know you more, so I want to ask you a question.
Ask away.
What do you like to do in your free time besides singing and besides going to the gym and besides eating?
Wow, I feel like you know a lot about me already. I love.
Nice,
I
good
just straight
catch.
caught that.
Wow.
Can we just get an applause for my reflexes?
Wow.
Like, what was that? I feel like Spider-Woman up here. Wow, I'm normally not that quick. I just want everyone to know that. Normally, I'm a klutz. Okay, so I would say probably my favorite thing to do besides lifting, because really lifting is something that I love. I'm a huge advocate for women not being afraid to be strong and not being afraid to be like curvy and just feel empowered and just be who they want to be. Especially in the music industry where so many people try to fit this certain mold. And for me, I have no desire. Like, I'm just gonna be who I am and you're gonna like me for who I am, or it just doesn't work, you know? So I feel more people need to have that attitude because we all offer something so special and so unique in this world. So, but I'm getting off on a tangent. See, I told you I can talk. So, but besides the gym, I would say any sort of outside sport in general. I love wakeboarding. I love anything with the water. I'm a Scorpio, so like I'm a water sign, so I just really have this like connection with the ocean. What else? I mean, pretty much I love actually shooting. I love guns. It's just something like any sort of time at the gun range or skeet shooting. It's something that I love to do. Just anything active and outside. I just love being outside in the sun. So rollerblading, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like they say, lifting weights doesn't make women big. Cupcakes make women big.
But I love that. I love that. It's so true. It's so true.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. So here we have our country rock gal. Now they're going into the battle round. She's going to be coached by Blake Shelton and his mentor, who was Trace Adkins, who we saw in the video. Got this country rock gal, and we got this gospel R&B chick. And we get this oddball song from Ariana Grande for two girls who don't have they can't relate to the genre whatsoever.
It's so true.
Where did that come from? That was out of left field.
So they say Blake picked the song. We will never know. I will be so honest with you. I have a hard time, and I actually said this on camera. I'm glad they didn't air it, but I was like, I had a hard time believing you would even know what the heck this song is, Blake. So I was super sassy with him, and it was funny. They got to show a little bit of it with me and Trace. We had a really cool connection, and it was fun. He enjoyed my sassy humor, but I told him, I was like, I just can't believe that you would know this song, and I don't know if it's the contract or if he really did, but he stuck with it. He's like, no, it was me. I picked it for you. And I'm like, all right, well, why? And he claims it was because it was middle ground for us. She's a gospel singer, very, very just soul singer, sang in churches, sang behind Jennifer Hudson. She's become one of my best friends, and she's just an outstanding artist in her field. And then I have me, who's like this just like little country rock thing. And, it was just, apparently that's what he figured middle ground was. When we got the song, we both were very shocked. We thought it was gonna be, I don't know why in our head, but we're like, I hope we sing Something Bad by Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert. Like, we wanted that for so long, and then we got Ariana Grande, and we like both were like, what just happened? So it was like, came out of left field for us. We both just realized this is what we got. We are both equally out of our element. So that was as awkward as it was almost comforting to know that we both were so uncomfortable and we were doing it together. So we actually grew into being really great friends because of that. There was many moments where she was asking me for advice, and it's just so funny. The battle rounds are such a unique and like almost awkward and just weird situation because you're competing against this person, yet they're on your team, yet like you want like, you know, them to get stolen, so you want them to do good, and like the goal would be like you win, your partner gets stolen. So we would sit there and we'd come up with the arrangement, and it was us who had to come up with the arrangement. And immediately after we got the song, we're like, all right, let's go back to one of the rooms and let's handle this. So we meet up in a room, and we spent probably a couple hours on it just trying to figure out like what made sense to us, what parts can we pick that really make her shine and give her a chance to have an opportunity to be able to hit some notes and do some cool things. And then, you know, it was cool because she could see that I genuinely wanted that for her, and she gave me that back in return. So it was really fun, and a friendship grew out of it, and it was really cool because I got such a notable, just great compliment from Alicia, which she had said, you know, it was a testimony to me not being like stuck in this little box, and I had versatility with my voice to be able to go and attack that song the way that I did. So it was fun, and it was an experience, and you know, looking back at it, it all happened the way it should. It was really cool. So
It was great. You guys did a really good job on it. Let me ask you this: can you do it without her?
You know, tonight we are gonna do this thing without Kyla.
All right.
We-
That's what we wanted to hear.
They asked me, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it my way. So here's the deal: we're singing the song, but it's countrified.
Yes. That's what we like to hear too.
Okay, we're doing it my way. So here's the countrified version of One Last Time. I was a liar, I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it, at least I'm being honest. Feel like a failure, I know that I failed you. Should have done you better, you don't want a liar. I know she gives you everything. Boy, I couldn't give it to you, yeah. And I know that you got everything. I've got nothing here without you. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One more time, I promise after that I'll let you go. Baby, I don't care if you got her in your heart. All I really care is you wake up in my arms. One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. I don't deserve it, I know I don't deserve it. Stay with me a minute, I swear I'll make it worth it. Can't you forgive me, at least just temporarily? I know that this is my fault, should have been more careful. I gave you everything, boy, I couldn't give it to you, yeah. I know you got everything. I've got nothing here without you. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One more time, I promise after that I'll let you go. I don't care if you got her in your heart, yeah. All I really care is you wake up in my arms. One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. Thank you. You know, give it up for Jamie on that part too, because those are some high harmonies she's got to hit. And I know it because I was the one that had to hit those harmonies. So.
Thanks, girl.
And actually, she took the harmonies I wanted to take. I forgot to do them, and she took that. So she did both of ours.
Well, dang. Okay.
Listen, I got you covered, okay?
She does. She's good. She's the best. So, Yeah, that was the countrified-ish version of One Last Time. And I thought that'd be fun to add. When they asked me to do it at first, I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It's a fast song. It's a really fast song. It's very different from my genre. And when we did it, it was so much of, like I said, when you go back and you watch the video, there's a lot of us just like running into each other and holding notes, and then she would slide in like in the middle of it. And I was like, I want to be able to respect what we did together, but also, kind of create a little bit. So some of the notes were the same that she hit. It was really cool to hear Kelly Clarkson, which they didn't air it, but it was so cool to hear Kelly Clarkson actually verbally say, like, I didn't realize that your range was like that, and I didn't realize that, you were doing the same things that she was doing. It was just a different style, a different tone. So it was cool. So I wanted to kind of respect what she put on that song as well. So, but tonight's really, really fun. This is probably the part that I've been most excited about, because we decided, my team and I, that we're gonna leak one of the new songs off of my new EP coming. So this is actually, I think, gonna be the first time in this type of setting doing it. So I'm really excited. This is actually my favorite song. And I'm not saying this is my favorite song, like the title is my favorite song. And I have no idea what, because it literally says it like one time in the song. I don't know why I decided to name it that, but it's catchy, so we're gonna go with it. So when I did the song, I was like, this song is so fun, and it's such a cool introduction, and it's like, again, one of those really lyrical stories. And I wanted to make a video for it. I felt like it was just something that would be really great for everybody to see. So this was the song that we actually had just got done wrapping up filming. And I had just gotten home, and I was ready to go Facebook Live and talk to everybody about the filming. And that's when the voice actually called me, within, like, right before I was about to get on the phone and do the live segment. So I'm super excited, because this song is also gonna have the video released out with it. And it's gonna be singled off of my new EP, which is gonna be 5 songs. And I have one of the songs being on there that's called Strong, and it actually is it was written for my Strong program, which is a program for young people, right now, especially going into schools and talking to students and talking about loving yourself and being fearless and going after your dream and living your purpose, but being strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. And there's a very tender age in middle school, especially, and it was a time where I suffered with a lot of just insecurity, and I was really hurting during that period of time in my life. And I always thought to myself, I wish I would have started earlier. I wish I would have done all of this earlier and finally just like let loose and did what I wanted to do with my life, and not cared so much like what people thought about me, and just lived with the gifts that I was given. And it's just basically to entice people to do that and find what they love, and to find their purpose, and to start at a young age believing in themselves and loving themselves. So it's a really cool program. I'm super excited about it. And we're actually going to be having a GoFundMe and everything up for it soon. And when I do my release party, we're going to be having a portion of that money for the tickets that go into the program, and just buying some necessary things that we need to make it the best that we can make it for these amazing students. I had already gone into the schools, and they love it with the base amount of things that we had. So I'm really excited when I'm able to give them everything we got. So eventually, hope you guys will hear that when you buy the EP. But now I'm gonna play my favorite song, and definitely keep an eye out for the release dates coming, and the music video that will be dropping soon. So. Just 'cause I came to the club alone don't mean I'm a long lost lonely soul. I'm feeling fine just sipping wine all by myself. You give a wink and a smile at me, and I'll roll my eyes like, boy, please Don't you dare walk over here. Whatever you say, no, I don't care. I get it, don't sweat it. You're being nice, but I quickly need you to realize I didn't come here looking for some random guy. My cup is empty and my favorite song is on. I gotta go bye. Well, here comes a spark of chivalry and you persist, but let me fill your drink. Just came to dance, don't want romance, it ain't my thing. Don't follow me, just let me be. Yeah, I get it, don't sweat it. You're being nice, but I quickly need you to realize I didn't come here looking for some random guy. My cup is empty and my favorite song is on. I gotta go by what I'm trying to say. You ain't gonna be my babe. I'm set in my ways. Yeah, there's no convincing me. I get it, don't sweat it. You're being nice. I quickly need you to realize I didn't come here looking for some random guy. Not on a hunt for someone who can save my life. The gesture is sweet, but honey, I will be just fine. My cup is empty and my favorite song is on. I gotta go bye.
That's got #1 on the country charts written all over it, I tell you. That's good stuff right there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what? They do the most amazing job backing me up, and it sounds so cool with this arrangement, but I'll tell you what, it's really, really cool. And they know, like, they've heard the song, obviously, to learn it, but there's just such a unique sound and such a unique choice of instrumentation on this new EP, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to release it to you guys. So I'm really liking that you're liking this, because if you like this with the bare minimum, you're gonna love it when there's like real choices of this crazy instrumentation on it. So it's gonna be really cool.
Cool. Anybody else have any questions? A little Q&A break here, and then we'll maybe talk her into one more. Yes, sir.
Hi, Jess.
Hi.
I got a question for you. Being on The Voice, being on Team Blake, what did you pull away from being on Team Blake and also Trace Atkins that's going to heighten your career even further?
You know, the cool thing about it was I think it was more of a confirmation, because we get about, every time that we get to rehearse with them, it was about like a 25-minute segment. And it's really cool because it's this really just chilled, laid-back vibe. And the thing was, what was really amazing about Kyla and I was that we were actually one of the few people on the show who had been doing this professionally and doing it for a long time and had some of the gigs under our belt that we had. And maybe that was a reason why we were paired together, because you'd be surprised. I was actually shocked. A large handful of the people who go and do the blind audition, that's their first show ever. That's their first like live performance. I wouldn't want that to be my first live performance. I'm just saying, that's a lot. So I really was happy that I had been prepared going into it. And Kyla felt the same exact way. There were definitely some tips and things that they gave us vocally. One of the biggest things was that he had mentioned that he loved the dynamics in my voice, but he really appreciated how I belted, and he thought like there was, wow,
2 for 2.
what is going on? I think I'm gonna hold it too. This actually is not the original clip for this mic, so it's not fitting in correctly. So thank you for the applause, guys. But he suggested, just because it is my strong point to be able to hit some of those high notes with the strength and not have to like bump up into a falsetto. And I think actually on air there was a period of time where he even said like, why did you go into your falsetto? And I was like, I don't know why, I didn't punch it. And like he knew I could. And like he was like, you know what, like don't get in your head, like you know your range, hit it. So I would say more so, I don't know if it was necessarily confidence or just like choices, but he just kind of like reconvinced me that like if I can do it and I can belt it out and like it makes sense with the lyrics and the song, like there's no reason to try to like throw it up into some head voice. So it was just little tactics and like things like that, but it was honestly, like I said, Kyle and I came in so prepared, and like it was really cool to hear out of their mouth that whenever we'd come in for practice, he really didn't want to change anything. There were people who came in and they literally walked out and they're like, well, they changed our entire arrangement and on the spot. And we were like, wow. And like we came in and they're like, we love it. Like just tighten it up. That's it. So it was a compliment more than anything. So it was cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for asking.
Behind the voice. I love it.
Behind the voice.
All right. We got a question back here.
Hi, Jess.
Hi. Thank you for being here.
Sure. Thanks for having us. As a result of being on The Voice, were you ever approached by anybody to help you advance your career, or are you doing this on your own?
Starting with iHeart, like this right now. I mean, like these moments are what helped my career. The fact that they're putting this on for me right now is just a blessing. I mean, I don't really know like a lot of people who have done this, so I feel honored. But I mean, even things from like smaller scale things like this to where like labels and companies and like there's a lot of people that have definitely recognized from getting that type of national exposure. It's something when people hear that your team's something, it just gives you this like level of notoriety, because it's a very small number of people that actually make a team in retrospect compared to the people that try out. And if you take like 45,000 people, compared to all the seasons, I mean, that's like a large number compared to only 48 people getting chosen every season. So there is a really cool level of like notoriety that I've noticed people definitely, because of that, get more excited. And I've had, bye. I've had, I can't see you anymore, but just know I'm talking to you. So there has been some really cool offers currently, and I am allowed to talk about it. I've talked about it actually on multiple different of the interviews that I've done. I'm in a pending period where I just was released to be able to do this show, but there's a pending period to where I'm actually still a signed artist. So technically, I'm actually with the label that they have on the show, and they have a certain period of time to exercise that option to keep me or to go ahead and let other labels come at me. And the thing is that there's multiple labels that by 14 seasons, they know the contracts. So they really don't start like coming at you until you're released from those obligations, because you're gonna have to tell them no anyway. So I think it's something, I've had a lot of people made a point to tell me that they're definitely keeping eyes on me and we'll see where it goes type of a thing. But I'm gonna be so honest with you, it always depends on the contract. I had been offered some contracts with labels before the show, and it's not always necessarily the best option. It really isn't. It's still a contract. It's still legalities. It's still things that most likely, in many cases, won't benefit you. So you have to really just be careful. You have to be able to read over it and just know, like, is this going to be something that I'm going to come out in the end and shine from it? So we'll see. I'm expecting good things to come, and a lot of more options coming my way here soon, even though there's already been some. But it's a matter of, like, if I want to exercise them or not. So, but yeah.
I'll give you a little behind the scenes on The Voice. I was trying to put this together. Yeah, weeks, probably a month or so. We were trying to do this,
Yeah.
and I'm working with or against the NBC lawyers. I don't know what it was, but
I don't even know if they were working with me.
these guys are brutal. You know, I said, could I put on like a little town hall thing like this with Jess and blah blah blah, and so that's pretty plain English, right? I want to do a little town hall thing, let her talk to the fans. They come back and said, no, we can't let her sing on the radio. And I said, I don't want her to sing on the radio. I want her to come and sing in front of 50 people in a converted back room. Now we can't release her to do that for another few. And it's like, really, these guys, allegedly smart people, but they don't understand the English language when it's written in front of them.
They've got a method for their madness. I'll tell you, I don't know what it is yet, but they've got a method. It's for whatever reason they decide odd things, but it makes sense to them.
It was an
so.
interesting process, and I think we burned up all of our text memory on our phones going back and forth. But
Pretty much.
I am certainly glad we got you to be here finally, right?
Thank you.
Should we ask her to do like one more, and maybe could you do a sneak from the new album?
I think I can make one more happen. So, are you guys okay with doing Strong? What? You guys okay with doing Strong?
If we're allowed to, yeah.
So, like I said, I'm going to be singling. I'm going to be actually releasing this EP and singling my favorite song with the music video. So really, everybody's option would either be to get the whole EP or just the single. Well, it's cool because we already know that because of you guys, I'm eligible and able to chart without, I already did it. I didn't had 5 seconds on a screen. So that was not, trust me, I was on my Instagram waiting for all of my fans, all of my new fans, and I'm like, they're gonna be coming in soon. They're gonna be just rolling in like crazy. And then there's me. Oh, I'm gone. Okay. So I literally, that night I made 0. Like, it was so quick. So that charting had to do with the hard work and the people that already believed in me prior to the show. And that was really touching to me. So it's cool. I know that we can do that. And so if everybody, really supports the program and what I believe in, and they're just enjoying my music, if you guys like this song, please just remember, if you can get the album, we can actually get me to chart as an independent artist. And then it just makes me able to negotiate that much more with these labels that do come at me. So if you guys like what you're hearing, please do. But I'll sing Strong. And this is a song that I actually wrote for my program. And it's a really unique song, and it's actually kind of a little bit of a vulnerable song for me, because if you guys aren't familiar with like my story that they didn't air behind the scenes, I actually grew up in a little bit of like an abusive relationship with my father. And it put me in a spot where I was so vulnerable, like I said, and insecure during high school. And that was probably my hardest time. And if I just had someone that reached out to me that said, hey, we all have struggles and we all have problems and we can get through them, I would have started this earlier. So I wrote Strong for these people that are going through things like me and things that I went through. So this is Strong off of my new EP. Don't try to compete with anyone. Open your eyes and see. Your uniqueness makes you who you are, and you're created beautifully. So let them talk, let them try to tear you down. It is all just envy. 'Cause you know you don't need their approval to be who you wanna be. No one can tear you down. You're a fighter, so no one can change your mind. You already know that you've got the will, so you'll get your way. You just stay so strong. Focused mindset's the way to achieve your dreams. 'Cause the rest of your life, there will be people who try to hold you back and will only cost your life. So when the smoke clears, you'll rise up with more strength than before. Wipe your tears, stay tough, there's another open door. No one can tear you down, you're a fighter's soul. No one can change your mind, you already know that you've got the will, so you'll get your way. You just stay so strong, so strong. You're so strong. Run, run, leave the negative behind. Let it fuel you, and you will find that nothing that anyone said really mattered at all. You're the only one who can make you fall. 'Cause no one can tear you down, you're a fighter's soul. No one can change your mind, you already know that you've got the will, so you'll get your way. You just stay so strong, so strong. You're so strong.
Yes. That is JessLee, folks.
Thank you.
First standing ovation after The Voice. You first.
Thank you.
That's great. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming down tonight. This is part of our new wave of country music that we're doing on Wave 92.7. All of the performances will be up on our website, wave927.com. And if you want to stick around for a little bit, get some pictures, get some things signed, she's going to be here, and we'll get that done for you too, all right? So if you have to go right now, have a great night, drive safely. If not, stick around. She's here for a little bit longer.
I hope I get to meet you guys down there, and thank you again for being with me on a random Wednesday night. And I really just appreciate everybody in this room right now, so thank you so much.
Thank you, folks. Have a great night.